Okay guys, we're ready for language today, being Wednesday, April 15th. For language today, I'd like for you to get page 149 and 150. I want to go over the last sentence on page 149 that you diagrammed with your adjectives, just to be sure that we're all on the right page. Okay? So let's go ahead and look at that one. Let me change colors here quickly. All right, so we needed to mark the sentence, diagram the subject, verb, and adjectives. Only the subject, only the verb, and the adjectives. That's all we needed, okay? So let's look at a sweet, crunchy red apple sat on the kitchen counter for my snack. So we're going to go in first, and what is our subject? Our subject is apple, and what did it do? It sat. Right. I didn't even write the rest of the sentence. We don't even need it. We're just dealing with the subject, the verb, and the adjectives. Now we need to go back and, I divided between apple and sat. And now we need to go back and pick up our adjectives, words that describe our noun, circle them, and match them. Okay, so we have apple. Does red describe apple? Absolutely. What kind? Crunchy. Yes. Describes apple. What kind of apple? Crunchy. Sweet. Yes. What kind of apple is it? Sweet apple. And yes, we learned a couple of days ago that a, an, and the are adjectives. Okay? So now we're going to come down and diagram. Just as normal, our subject goes here, and our subject is apple. What did the apple do? It sat, right? Now be careful here. You want to be sure that you list your adjectives in order, okay? So we're going to start with or a, sweet. Then you have crunchy, right in order, and then red. And they gave you 4 lines, so that should have been a little hint there that you needed 4 adjectives. Okay? So you have sweet, crunchy, red, apple, sat. You could write the sentence, the beginning of the sentence from that diagram. You want to be sure you keep all those things in order so that if you're wanting to write the sentence, you could construct the sentence from your diagram. So I hope you found that to be easy for you. So let's turn over to page 150. This is a review today. We're going to pull in several components that we've learned. Let's look at your remember, the shooting star. An adjective is a word that describes a noun. An adjective may answer the questions, what kind, how many, which one, or whose. Think A, and I've put some of these, the first 3 on the board so we can kind of go over them together. Let me start over. Think A, underline each noun and pronoun. You have to be careful here because you're looking for nouns and pronouns. Pronouns rename the noun. Circle each adjective and then draw an arrow from each adjective to the noun it describes. So let's go through and do the first part first. If you remember our strategy here, the first part will be to underline the noun. Correct. So let's go. Mom, sure, underline that. Served, that's a verb. Warm, bowls, of, delicious, soup, for, make sure I wrote the whole sentence up here. Lunch. Yes, I did write the whole sentence, okay? So our nouns are mom, bowls, soup, lunch. No pronouns there. Okay, now let's go back and pick up our adjectives. So mom won't have an adjective because it's the first word of the sentence. So let's go to bowls. Does warm describe bowls? Yes. Circle it, match it. Served, no, that's a verb, so we can move on. Let's go to soup. Let's back up. Does delicious describe soup? Yes. What kind of soup? Delicious soup. So we're going to draw a circle and match it. Of, no, that's not an adjective, excuse me. And let's go to lunch. Does for describe lunch? Is that an adjective? No, it's not. So that's 1 and A there. So number 2, let's go and read the sentence. The quiet music relaxed the tired child. So first thing we need to do is go in and underline our nouns, correct. So let's go in. The quiet music is a noun. Relaxed, the tired child is a noun. No pronouns. Let's go back and match our adjectives. Let's start with music. Let's back up. Quiet describes music? Absolutely. Draw a circle it and then match it to music. The? Absolutely. A, and the. And we're done there. So we can move down to our next noun, which is child. Does tired describe child? Sure it does. Let's go back another one. The. A, and the are adjectives, yes. Relaxed? No. That's the verb there. Okay, so you had music, adjectives, quiet and the. Noun, here was child, adjectives, tired and the. Let's look at number 3. Ooh, number 3 is a longer sentence. Bridget used her library card to check out some fun books about space. Okay, so let's go through first of all and let's underline the nouns first. Underline the nouns. Bridget. Next one. Now let's be here. Look here at library. Now you think of the library being like I'm in a library right now at church. But right now, library is describing what? Card. So right here, only underline card. To check out some fun books, books being a noun, about space, and space being a noun. So now let's go back and pick up our adjectives. Bridget is our first one. Of course, there's nothing there, so we're going to move on to card. Library, does it describe card? Sure, it tells, let's see, what kind? What kind of card is it? It's a library card. So we're going to match it. Her, yes, that's an adjective because it describes whose. Used, no, that's the verb. So let's go down to books. And let's back up a word. Fun. Does that describe books? Sure. What kind? Circle and match to books. Some. Yes, that's an adjective. It tells how many. Some. Out. No. We can stop there. Our last noun is space, and about is not an adjective there. All right, so you can do number 4 and 5 on your own. That's just a little review there of process of going in and picking up nouns and circling adjectives. Remember B, underline the correct word in parentheses. Let's look at number 1. Do you know if you're coming to my birthday party? Well, if I say you're, you don't know which one of those I mean, do you? So let's look. The Y-O-U-R shows possession. That is your pencil. And then Y-O-U apostrophe R-E is a contraction. of you are. So do we need possession here? We're not saying that's your pencil or your coat or your dog. Do you know if you're coming to my birthday party? And remember, I told you if you would need to choose Y-O-U apostrophe R-E, because you need to be able to break that contraction apart and it makes sense in the sentence. Do you know if you are coming to my birthday party? So that would make sense there. Number 2 and 3 are there, and there. So remember we talked about T-H-E-R-E being location, where, here. T-H-E-I-R being possession, like an heir to, an inheritance, that it is yours. And then T-H-E-Y apostrophe R-E is they are. It's a contraction. So you would need, just like with your, be able to break it apart and make it make sense in the sentence. So you can do remember, be, there. Think C. Let's look at that. Write a or an before each word or phrase. Well, what's our process here? So we're going to use, guys, I'm going to have to erase this right here to give a little bit of room. Sorry about that. All right. And you probably remember, but just as a review, we use a before a word that begins with a consonant. Right. We use an before a word that begins with a vowel. So let's look at winter day. First letter's W, I underline it. That is a consonant, so I would use a there. A winter day or a winter day. Number 2 is astronaut. That's number 1. Number 2, astronaut. That's a vowel, so it begins with an astronaut. That's right. And you can do think C there on your own. Just underline that first letter and remember your rule there. Remember D, underline the correct word in parentheses. Okay, and those are your word usages there. All right. And if you have any questions about those, you are welcome to look at the back of your book as far as your word usage in your glossary. Okay, so that's the end of our language lesson today. If you have any questions about your adjectives or using your words correctly or a or an before a phrase, please just let me know. You can rewind the video, and you also always have your glossary in the back of your book as well. Okay, so that's the end of our language lesson for today.